Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, back with a little sad video type thing. Now, a while back, I've been creating a game, like since a long time ago, I've been creating a game series, and it's called Chronicles. And I've just recently got my hands on RPG Maker MV, and I've been redoing a few things. But anyways, I'm just showing off a little bit of some of the redesigned character looks, because if you've played the demos before, then you'll actually know that these characters look completely different than how they used to be. And I'm also glad that MV does come with its own side view system, so that kind of helps a little bit. But I'm trying to get used to the whole plugin thing so I can actually get things working correctly, because I've been having a little bit of trouble. Again, I'm still kind of new to MV, but I'm not new to RPG Maker, so. But anyways, the first character who's been shown on the screen for a moment now, his name is Kazuka Tagori. And he's pretty much the main character, like the male lead. Now, all throughout the series, he's had quite a few reworks, but the main thing is the fact that what stays true to him is that he's like slightly cocky and kind of confident, but he's not like overbearingly that way. Like, he's got like I'd say sort of like a little bit of a competitive thing with him. And he tends to be a little bit of a tease and a troll at times too, but he's deeply, like, all around a nice guy. But his main thing is the fact that he's got lunar powers, which have been hinted at the game demo if you've played the Criss Chronicles sagas, which I've created with VX Ace a while back. And that's pretty much it with him. He uses a sword weapon. Original character designs also would have had his sword turn into a whip and also into a gun. I might be able to implement that into the game, just so you could like switch between them, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll try and figure out something about that. But the next one, who you may or may not recognize very point blank, in fact, she almost looks like a totally different character, Kezia Taguri. And she's Kazuka's twin sister. She's the younger one, and I've augmented it a few times, but I'm settling on making it so she was born 1 minute after he was, making her younger by just merely a minute, but she's still younger nonetheless. She had a few reworks. It's like she's like looked like a tomboy in quite a few of them, but I decided to go with something a little bit more girly, which is why she's got a little bit of a gothic type of look to her, like a gothic Lolita type look. But I also decided to give her twin tails for some reason in this one too. This is the design of her I like best. And she's practically got like the same personality as Kazuka, only she tends to try to keep them a little bit more grounded. And she's got a slight bit of a short temper, but that's pretty much it. Again, the demo hinted at this one too, which is a little bit interesting considering the fact that there was a boss fight that's shown that as well. But like Kazuka, she's pretty competitive a little bit at times, somewhat cocky, somewhat confident. But again, nothing too overbearing. I'm trying to make characters seem somewhat relatable, because not too many people in real life really are that overconfident or overly cocky and all that. But her main thing is the fact that she has cosmic powers, or power over the stars. Now, that's not hinted at in the demo for Criss Chronicles Sagas. I was going to get to that eventually, but now that I'm moving things to MV and everything, it's going to get an overhaul and whatnot. And that's practically her main thing. Now, originally, she was going to be just rooted to water. Like, Kazuka was just originally going to be rooted to ice element. But, given the reworking and everything, I'm just making, like, less playable characters, and they're going to end up having multiple elements to work with. But yeah, water is going to be in her repertoire, ice is going to be in Kazuka's, but they're also going to get other stuff to work with. But the last one, right here, Nerissa Shimaku. Now, in her case, she's a half-sister of the twins, which, again, the Saga's demo had hinted at as well. And she does end up caring quite deeply for Kazuka. I don't know if I'm going to make it go any sort of specific routes, because I've been off and on planning to have her, like not related to them, or even, like a stepsister type thing, but there's been a few off and on cases where she might have been Kazuka's love interest, and other cases where she's not. I still haven't fully decided on this one yet. But, again, like the two before, she's had light element, and she's going to get other elements as well, because along with Kazuka and Kezia, I'm going to have those three be practically the three playable characters for this next demo I'm going to come up with RPG Maker MV. Now, it will have the appearances of the other, I think the other 7 that was playable, and their character designs are going to get reworked too, but they're not really going to have no battle sprites or anything just yet. I think I'm just going to make them guest characters that they do. But her, Nerissa's main thing is the fact that she's got solar powers, as hinted by the Saga's demo, which is practically powers over the sun. And she's like the nice, bright, cheerful type, pretty much a good girl and a sweetie down to her core, but at the same time, she does have a little bit of a side to her where she can turn slightly dark if provoked. And that's what's going to keep Kazuka and Kezia more rounded than what Kezia tries to do. Because naturally, you just don't want to sit up and get the nice ones too angry. But as I've mentioned before, there's also planning like multiple weapons and whatnot. Kazuka and Kezia's is practically the same, but Nerissa was going to end up getting a bow, and it transforms into a staff. But I'm giving her a rapier in this one for some weird reason, and I think it works pretty well with her, because I wanted to give all 3 of them a sword type weapon. So Kazuka got a blade, Kezia's got a literal sword, and Nerissa's got a rapier. But that also means Nerissa's got piercing attacks too, which means she'll get some of the moves of a previous spear-using character. But again, you have to have known Sagas to know who that is. I'm not mentioning their names or anything. But yeah, Nerissa's definitely going to be your best healer of the group, because I'm planning to have, I'm planning it so I don't have to raise their stats through items like in the Saga's demo, but Nerissa's going to have the highest natural magic without boosting it items or anything like that. So naturally, she's going to be your best magic user, which includes the healing and all that. But anyways, that's like a quick little glimpse of the designs, and I should have gone over it earlier, but as you can see, the far left has the face model. The next one right beside the face model is the in-game character models for pretty much when you move around on the map, and then the massive collection of models on the right side, which take up most of the screen. Those are the in-game battle models, and as you can see, there's a lot of them. But you can take better looks at those if you want, even go back and pause things at certain points. But look forward to a remake of the VX Ace demo. I have the VX Ace demos downloaded in the description below, but the MV version is going to end up being redone and whatnot, and I'm going to end up having that out as soon as possible. But anyways, that's all for now, guys. Take care.